Hi, and welcome back to Arno TV. I'm your lovable host Arno, coming back to you with another video. Now, I didn't come on yesterday because I had a few things to do, and I was kind of keeping my eye on the news on what was going on yesterday, but it was so depressing. I needed a day, to be honest, I needed a day away from it just to sort of have a few beers and forget about the world for a day. Now, this video is going to be sort of a continuation of what we were last talking about on Friday. And on Friday, we talked about the shocking arrest of Michael Declerc that's come about, this footage that's emerged of his brutal arrest in Paris last weekend. Now, over this weekend, we have seen massive anti-lockdown protests going on all over Europe, okay? All over Europe, okay? We've seen protests in Berlin, in Paris, in London and elsewhere, okay? Now, we've seen protests that are shocking all over the place, but none more so than what's been going on in Paris this weekend. And is it any wonder after that shocking arrest? Now, first of all, let us not forget, before this arrest, why the public in France have been protesting heavily for weeks. For weeks! And there's been zero about this in the mainstream media in the UK. Now, I have noticed since this arrest of Michael Declerc, there has been some coverage of this now from the Sun, I've noticed, and the Mail, okay, on their online sites, okay? Now, I don't know how much of this is making it into their actual physical publications in the paper. I don't know. But they are now looking into this, and there is some light getting covered on it now following that arrest, okay? But just carrying on, let's not forget why these protests have been going on. Because in France, Macron has been trying to push through this global security bill, okay? And under this global security bill, it's going to massively restrict people's rights to photograph or video the police, okay? And it's under Article 21 of this law, which all these protests have arisen from, because the government have originally said that the reason why they wanted to introduce this was to prevent people from going online and identifying police officers with the purpose of with the sole purpose of causing the police officers harm. And obviously anyone that within their right mind doesn't support anything like that. But what the problem is this law has left it so much open to interpretation that, for example, that shocking footage we saw on that Arno TV showed you on Friday of that shocking arrest of Michael Declerc, it's been left so much open to interpretation that the police could have forbidden, under the global security law, that footage ever coming to light, because it actually identified police officers in that footage. Which is why all the civil rights groups, all the humanitarian groups, all the public, have been violently protesting against this proposed law, because it's draconian. This is before, obviously, that arrest took place. Now that arrest has been added to this, and obviously there's calls for Gerald Darmanin, who is the Interior Minister, to resign over this, because as well as not only this shocking footage, it's also all the reporting that I've read on it. There's all sorts of allegations as well that the police were racially abusing this guy as well while all this was going on. So, no surprise, it's kicking right off in Paris. So, and that's before we even look at what's going on in London, in our own capital, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go over the internet, and I'm going to show you what now the Sun and the Mail are now covering on London and Paris, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go over the internet, we're going to lower the music down, and we're going to look at what's been going on. And then we're going to talk about it, okay? So I'm just going to turn this music down, and first of all, I'm going to show you what's been going on the streets of Paris this weekend. Paris. We're not talking about some far-flung corner of the world. We are talking about Paris, for God's sake, okay? So obviously, this is on the back of that disgusting arrest. I mean, look at the streets of Paris, okay? Look at the streets of Paris. Starting to understand why I'm telling people to start questioning what's going on. And we've got things like this going on, okay? This is what's going on this weekend in Paris. And this is because of this global security bill and that shocking arrest, okay? This is what's going on, people, okay? This is a European capital city, okay? This is that shocking arrest. This is a clip of that shocking arrest. And this guy was allegedly brought to the attention of police for not wearing a mask. And this kind of thing is going on. This kind of thing is going on. And people wonder why I'm concerned, okay? When this is going on, okay? And this is what's going on in Paris. This weekend, talking about, you know, as I've said before, we're not talking about a country, some far-flung corner of the world with some despot in charge. We're talking about Paris, okay? Now let's have a look at what's been going on in London this weekend, okay? This is what's been going on in London, okay? This weekend, and people wonder why I'm concerned, okay? People wonder why I'm concerned when we've got all this kind of thing going on, okay? You have the government trying to parrot lines like, you know, the majority of people in this country are happy with these lockdowns. Well, I beg to differ. There's a lot of people out there that are really concerned about what has been going on, about civil liberties that have been stripped of us on a day-to-day basis, okay? And it's been done globally, okay? And this is what's going on. And let's not forget that this week we have seen the shocking arrest outside our own parliament of a woman in her 70s who was bundled into the back of a police van, okay? And it was called out by a Tory MP called Charles Walker, who was so disgusted, utterly appalled with what was going on, he went straight into Parliament and demanded Boris Johnson or Priti Patel to be dragged into Parliament and to be made to answer some serious questions about the civil liberties that they're taking away from people, restricting people's right to protest, and have we heard anything from them? Have we heard anything from them? We've not heard a peep, okay? And it's about time that these type of people will need to answer some questions. They can't treat the public with impunity like this, okay? We're supposed to be living in a democracy, not a dictatorship, okay? And this is what's been going on this weekend in our capital cities, okay? And people wonder why I'm concerned and why I'm telling people to question what the hell is going on when this is the kind of thing that has been going on our capital city, okay? You know, if you're quite happy to live under this kind of authoritarian state, then don't say anything. Don't say anything. But, you know, if you don't want to live like this, then it's about time you started waking up and asking some questions, okay? Now, that's all I'm saying. So, I mean, if you like this, you know, this video and you want to see more, then please like and subscribe to the channel. And once you do, ring the notification bell. Now, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to end the video a bit differently, okay? I'm going to leave you with our glorious world leader and let him offer you some words of comfort and make you feel safe about what world we are now living in. So I'll leave you with Klaus Schwab, the world leader.
November. But what we know is that we will end up with many more unemployed, and particularly also people in the grey economy, which are not counted for, who lose their jobs. So we will see definitively a lot of anger already now, but probably increased by the end of the year, because this crisis will be with us until we really have found a remedy. So we have to prepare for a more angry world. And how to prepare? It means to take the necessary action to create a fairer world, to see that we provide everybody with decent access to the health system, that we make sure that those people who are really left behind. And I'm not speaking only on national levels, I'm speaking also internationally. If I see now the tragedy in some of the emerging countries like South Africa, like some countries in East Asia, I think it's all, I don't have too many remedies. The remedies have to be discussed through dialogue by the stakeholders of our global system. But I just see the need for such a dialogue, and I see the need for action. I see the need for a great reset.
So, people, I hope you feel much safer after those words from Klaus Schwab. I hope it's made you feel so warm and comfortable about what world we're living in. Thanks for watching Arno TV. Sleep well, guys, and don't have nightmares.